You know, I was thinking if I could bang out uh, being a father of a newborn baby and a 4-year-old and dealing with them, pulling double daddy duty, then I could definitely pull double YouTube duty and throw in extra MMA news on the heels of Mr. Chael P. Sonnen being rival coaches with Johnny Bones Jones on the next season, The Ultimate Fighter, which is going to be and it's got to be so entertaining to anytime Chael's doing anything, it's entertaining, especially when the cameras are on the guy. I have no idea what he's like. I've never met him or hung out with him, so the only way that I know Chael Sonnen is when the camera's on him from videos, and when he sees a light and a camera and a lens, that guy goes off, and he's fucking hilarious, and he's clever, and take this into consideration. He is 35 years old. He's fought for a title now. This will be his third shot and probably last shot ever to wear UFC gold. Don't see it happening. But he was supposed to meet up with Forrest Griffin in December. That fight's been moved. Recent winner Phil Davis will take on Forrest Griffin this December at UFC 155. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a New Year card or not, but really the card that stands out the most is the BJ Penn, Rory McDonald, Nate Diaz versus Benson Henderson. I looked at ESPN's pound for pound list the other day, and they actually have Benson Henderson listed as number 6 as the pound for pound best fighter on the planet. That blew my mind. To see Benson Henderson on there blew my mind. And I mean, after sitting back and thinking about it for a minute, it shouldn't have. I mean, the guy has no weaknesses. His wrestling's solid. He cannot be submitted. His striking is sound, and his jiu-jitsu game's wicked. His guillotine is solid as a Team Alpha male member. So. Nate Diaz is going to have his hands way full. I'm excited to see a boxing clinic from him. I hope that he keeps. I'm Nate Diaz all the way, so I hope that he keeps the distance and really puts it on him with the Stockton slap. I'm not sure who named it that. I would like to know if that sounds kind of corny, but yeah, those are the changes, the changes so far that I know. But I'm really excited about Rory, about Aries, and the Prodigy fighting. Prodigy coming back. Shogun also fighting Alexander Gustafsson. This is one fight that's not being talked about that should be. Here's why. I think Alexander Gustafsson, he's from Sweden, represents Sweden very well. This guy puts on striking clinics every time he's in the octagon. Before he came to the UFC, he was a wicked, violent, tall, lanky striker, lighting people up, and he did the exact same thing when he stepped in the octagon. Like it was, not the UFC. Like it was just, they were just fighting for fun. I mean, this guy's just packed full of talent. He's getting better and better every day. They need to give this guy more fights, and what they did was gave him Shogun. A legend. This guy beat Rampage, I think, twice. So, and now the violence that he put on Rampage is etched into my brain. I mean, Shogun's a violent guy, and they're gonna throw him in there with. I'm gonna throw him in there against Gustafsson and see who wins. My money's on Gustafsson. I like Alexander the Mauler Gustafsson. I think he's gonna be I call him the White John Jones because he looks. He's tall, he's lanky, he's got crazy strikes and a hell of a reach, and it was just I thought for sure that they would line a fight up with he and John, and just never ended up working out. By the way, this fight between Chael Sonnen and John Jones will take place at 205. Chael Sonnen has fought at 205, Bodog fight. I think maybe the WEC too. He fought at 205, like against Paulo Filho. No, that was middleweight. Bodog fight was for sure at 205. So he has been there before, and he should have no trouble making the weight or anything like that. So John Jones, he's still growing. He actually might have a harder time making the weight than Chael. So they will fight for the title, and it's going to be at 205 pounds. Dana White thinks that this is the most genius plan ever. and I think it's a stupid idea. I think he did nothing to earn a title shot with a #2 pound for pound best fighter. I mean, he's ranked #2 best, pound for pound. He's on the pound for pound list, man. Chael's nowhere to be found on that list, but it makes for some good, funny, hilarious TV, and it makes for just every episode basically is a build up to their eventual fight in the octagon, and I can't wait to see it all go down. So that's deuces, baby, deuce two in one day, not too informative. But I'm excited about the Prodigy coming back as well. I don't see him winning. My picks for those are the top three. There is one more fight, I just can't think of it off the top of my head. But I like I don't see BJ Penn. I think he was very humbled by the beating that Nick Diaz put on him. Nick Diaz put such a beating on him. He had no intention in the world on retiring that day. None. He had no intention on retiring after fighting Nick Diaz, win, lose, or draw. No one has ever battered BJ Penn like that. Never. He said he wanted to fight top tier competition, but he can't go home looking like that to his daughters anymore. He'll shake Joe Rogan's hand right now, and that's it. And he left. And we didn't hear from him for about 9 months, and he comes back and he's fighting top tier competition. I think Rory McDonald is the future of MMA. He's a TriStar gym up there with George St-Pierre. He's an incredible kid. He's young. He's incredibly well rounded, especially for how young he is in this game, in this sport. And he had Carlos Condit, the current interim welterweight champion, in all kinds of trouble, all sorts of trouble, until the last 15 seconds of the third round, and Carlos pulled a TKO literally right out of his ass. The thing I like about Condit is he has a fucking switch. He just throws caution to the wind, and that's what he did. Ended up pulling off a TKO. Since then, Rory the Waterboy McDonald at the time changed his name to Aries, changed up the game plan with the TriStar, been training with GSP, and he looks fantastic. He looks BJ Penn fighting at 170. He looks a bit chunky. His boxing is incredible, but his reach is short.
He's just a small guy. He should be at 55. There's no question about it. He's the greatest lightweight of all time. So I'm definitely I like Rory McDonald for this fight, to take home the W. Obviously Shogun and Gustafsson. Who can call that? I don't want. I would hate to even be a judge in that fight. I don't think they're going to be needed. But if they are, I would hate to be a judge in that fight. I think there's going to be a lot of significant strikes thrown. Shogun, he's going to throw some wicked leg kicks on those long legs of Gustafsson, and Gustafsson is going to use his reach to his advantage. And shoot the box is a very violent style of Muay Thai, but will he be able to get close enough to, in range to use it? We'll have to see. So if I had to give a winner, I would say Gustafsson. I would say Gustafsson by decision, and of course the main event, Nate Diaz and Benson Henderson. Come on, guys, scrap pack for life. I gotta go with my boy Nate Diaz. Even though my gut, again, I'm getting that gut. I just feel like Benson Henderson is going to retain his title. But I'm surely rooting for Nate Diaz. I mean, the kid looks better and better every time he fights. Jim Miller's never been stopped, and he's great jiu-jitsu, and he's a compact, strong guy. Second round, I mean, he was biting his own tongue. His mouthpiece flew out, biting his own tongue. Modified guillotine, and tapping out. Nate Diaz literally looks better physically, mentally. His game looks better, more well-rounded. He's throwing leg kicks. He's checking kicks. I can see the Sambo starting to shine through, and judo throws. He's always had throws, but now he has some wicked throws. So I'm anxious to see what gaps he's filled, and what he's had, what game plan they have in store for Benson Henderson. So with that, I'm gonna just end this video like I do
every other one. And take care of each other, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, and love you all. Believe me, I know my subscribers. I do keep tabs on who subscribes and who doesn't. So shout out to Double Shot J, at Ryan Smith 1983 on Twitter. Let's see, Caleb Cole, what's up, brother? Keep it real. And yeah, everybody take care of each other. Much love.